Hi, welcome back. This is story time with Cookum PSC's Little Bird. I'm Little Bird. I was gifted an Indian name as a child. And as an adult, I reclaimed my name because I reclaimed my spirit. I'm going to do a little experiment with you guys because this was my experience with trying to have my questions answered, what was going on with me. So I have 15 minutes to post these videos. And it's similar to going to a doctor and trying to explain what's going on with you in 15 minutes. See how many videos it takes you to understand what I have gone through. You see, when I was troubled and I had these questions that were like confusion, I went to the doctor because doctors go to school for all of these things, right? For psychiatry, for physical ailments. So I sought the knowledge of a doctor. And I had a hard time explaining what it was because they would interrupt me with questions. Did you have suicidal thoughts? Well, sometimes, but I am there because I don't understand my thought process. I don't understand why sometimes it seems like these thoughts are not my own. But I don't want to say anything like that because I don't want to be labeled as crazy. I can't differentiate between thoughts and feelings, like thoughts that are my own or distant thoughts. Like there's some things that I would think of that seem to come from within me. And then other times it seemed like they were coming from outside of me. And then I couldn't differentiate between feelings and emotions. They say that there is no bad question, but there's bad answers. People who don't actually listen to you misdirect you. And these doctors that I went to go and see, they didn't listen to me. They didn't give me enough time. And they weren't taught how to pull that stuff out of you. So then when I told them that I don't understand how I'm feeling, I don't understand why I'm feeling so negative towards myself. I didn't understand why I'm putting myself down, but I'm saying it as if I'm somebody else talking to me using my name, talking to me in second and third person. I didn't know how to differentiate between that. First person, second person, or third person. When I talk about myself, mentally and verbally, I speak exactly how I do right now. I speak in first person. And then these negative things that would go on in my mind, they would come in at second and third person. They would call me by my name. they would say you and your. And I didn't understand how I could get over something that would have been hard to get over, like sexual assault or sexual abuse. And I couldn't get over this argument that I had with somebody that I loved. I didn't understand why those words hurt me and not those actions. You know, having my innocence stolen from me or having my head smashed up against a wall. I didn't understand how I could get through those experiences, but I couldn't get through those name-calling experiences, those thoughts, those negative things that just surrounded me. It seemed like they just surrounded me, and I got deeper and deeper into this like depressive state, but that's not who I am. So you know what the doctors did? They prescribed me medication. They prescribed me medication that made me not think, that made me not feel anything. So then it didn't matter when I was on this medication what I went through. I had no reaction. I had no response. And then it was like these thoughts that were coming just surrounded me, and then I couldn't get out of it. So I would stop using that medication because I'm a happy person. I love to get out there and meet people. I was taught how to meet people, how to make friends. And in all of that negative headspace that I was in, that I'm trying to seek the knowledge of these doctors in 15 minutes, I wasn't able to get everything out. Today my head is completely clear. And there's no need and hasn't been any need for medication because I finally got those answers. Why it seemed like I would talk to myself in second and third person, and at other times I speak to myself in first person, and I speak the same but different. I can put myself down. I can say, oh, I'm so stupid. You know, why did I do that? That person hurt me. No, I hurt me. See, I can talk to myself like that in my head. But those thoughts don't stay. But those other ones that say, Betsy, because that's my birth name. Betsy, nobody loves you. Betsy, nobody likes you. Betsy, you're so stupid. You're just a stupid Indian. You're hurting, hey? You're doing this to yourself. Those kinds of thoughts. But those thoughts only came every once in a while in my life. The rest of the time, I thought in first person. So when these other thoughts came barreling in after I experienced something traumatic, emotionally traumatizing, I couldn't understand. Have you been like that? Have you gone to the doctor to ask them questions? Because they're professionals and they should know what you're going through. What's in here? And why it doesn't match what's in here. Why your actions sometimes go against your morals, your values, and your beliefs. Why you put yourself down and you hold on to all that negative talk. In my life, from the age of 18 to 26, 27, I had been on 8 different medications because nobody took the time to listen to me. And each of these medications were all for antidepressants. But they made me more depressed. And then I went through the most horrendous thing that ever happened to my value system, my belief system. I lost my marriage. My family separated. And then I went to the doctor. And I was diagnosed bipolar. Do you know why I was diagnosed bipolar? Because I had already gone through every single medication there was for antidepressant. And none of it worked. It didn't work because I wasn't having an emotional breakdown. I wasn't having a midlife crisis. I wasn't having mental illness. I didn't have any of these things. What was happening to me was I was having a spiritual war going on. It was spiritual, not mental, not emotional. It was spiritual. And those doctors didn't understand what I was going through because they've never been where I had been. And that's the thing with a lot of people. They give you advice and they've never been where you are. I've been there. I weaned myself off of this bipolar medication because while I was on this medication, I wasn't able to adopt my nephew. And I figured, if I can't adopt my nephew because of the Alberta government, my nephew was in BC. If I can't adopt him, what's going to happen to my daughters? So I pulled myself off of it. And I've been off of it since 2009. And my head is clear. And I have my answers today. And I'm going to share them with you.